And these are accurate locations from the light list on the Coast Guard's light list. And then I put in this call outs to identify this ICW marker 13, this ICW marker 12. This is the track line of the Robalo going north. And then this is the track line of the Robalo coming south. One second. So you can see, you can also clearly see that the channel in this particular image, as the darker water, it's pretty clearly delineated, and then these channel markers. This is shallower up here.
Okay, now I'm showing you the exhibit that's labeled number 14.
Yep.
Can you walk us through what this represents?
Yep.
Excuse me 1 second, Judge. I have one voir question on the publication of this exhibit.
Go ahead, counsel.
Good afternoon. The green and red markers that are depicted on the screen, those are not to scale, correct?
They're not to scale, no.
Thank you, Judge.
If you look really carefully, you can actually see the shadow of the channel marker in the blue glare. You can see it right there. You can see it right there.
Okay, so as of 6:37 and 19 seconds, what is the speed of that Robalo?
43.
All right. Now, as it's heading southbound, is there, and that is at that track point, that's the second to last track point before what?
The second to last track point before the collision with the channel marker.
Okay.
The previous slide that you showed with marker 12 and 13 would be kind of.
All right. So now, we have the second to last track point, 43 miles per hour.
Yep.
When we see heading 216, what does that mean?
That is just the compass heading from this track point back to the last track point.
When we get to this track point right before channel marker 15, what is the speed of the vessel?
47. That's what the GPS log is, 47.
Are there any track points between the one at 6:37 and 19 seconds and the one at 6:37 and 28 seconds?
No,
What does that indicate to you?
it was maintaining a consistent portion speed.
No attempt to deviate one way or the other from that channel marker?
Correct.
Would you call this a collision course with that channel marker?
Objection.
Regarding that 9-second time that went by from the second to last track mark to the last one before impact, how many feet did that vessel travel?
620 feet.
What is the measurement, or how many feet is a football field?
300 feet, 100 yards.
So, in terms of football fields, which maybe is a little bit easier for people to, I guess, imagine, how many football fields did that Robalo travel from the second to the last track point before impact?
A little over 2.
Can we get an image number on this one?
15. I want to ask you a question. So for this amount of time, this is how that vessel was traveling. I'm starting my clock now. So that's how long that vessel was on that path right toward channel marker 15.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I do want to go back and ask you one more question from photo number 14. Post-impact with that channel marker. I see a bunch of track points here.
Yep.
Can you explain to the jurors what that's representative of?
When it hits the marker, it essentially comes to a almost full stop, and then the remaining momentum, and potentially the engine's still running or pushing it forward. This is just representing the movement of the boat after the impact of the marker.
Judge, is there at some point a washroom break would be possible?
This would be a good time.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a comfort break. Please put your notepads in silent envelope and leave them on your chairs if you would. Go out for about 10 minutes. Do not discuss the case.
All rise.
All right, everyone, please be seated. Thank you.
May I continue, Your Honor? Thank you. Mr. Holman, if you can step down for a moment. Sure. I know that you've indicated that we see the southbound movement of the Robalo on what would be facing the street on the right-hand side. Can you explain for us, what is it that we're seeing on the left-hand side, this left track?
This is the Robalo's northbound track as he was heading up from Ocean Reef up to LAP. So the track is here. You can see the close spacing as he's rounding the corner here, and then it gets much wider from here to here as boats going on.
Now, in terms of the last track mark and the second to last track mark, I see that you indicate that there are two different speeds. Can you tell us what, if anything, that indicates was happening by the operator of that vessel?
Yes.
Objection to speculation.
Refer to question, please.
Would this speed of 43 at the second to last track mark and the last speed at the last track mark before it cracked at 47, would that be consistent with the operator of the vessel accelerating through the channel?
Yes.
Would that be consistent with the vessel speeding up simply because it's hitting shallower water?
The depth of the water doesn't impact the speed of the boat.
Now, when we look at these post-impact track marks where the engine is still running, are you familiar with an item called a kill switch?
An engine cutoff switch?
Yes.
Yes.
Sometimes referred to as a kill switch, yes. Can you explain to the jurors what that is?
Objection relevance.
It's typically a lanyard that an operator would connect to, a belt loop or something on their body, and it is connected to a switch on the console. So if the operator were to leave or be ejected or removed from behind the console, it shuts the engine off.
Now, the fact that the vessel is still moving, does that indicate to you that a kill switch was on anybody that was operating that vessel?
potentially one was not used.
Come back to this in a minute. I want to ask you some more questions about the visibility of channel marker 15. I'm not sure if the screen. Is everybody able to see the witness over here? Is channel marker 15 visible from the second to last track mark that you indicated?
Clearly, yes.
Is it your understanding on the day that this crash occurred that there were any weather difficulties that would have obscured the view?
There were none.